Hey, go ham, and have you performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Can I get a signature?
Maybe.
What?
Part performed
Nothing.
at
Is it
Rock
what?
and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wait, please tell me you guys didn't hear what I was just saying.
I mean, I caught it, but I didn't really make it out.
There is shouting, and it is the first, 4 words of the stream.
So
I don't
in
know
other
what
words,
it was, though. I wasn't paying attention.
I was just roommate's cat.
Ah. All right.
We love
acting like it owns the place, even though it doesn't.
I'm pretty sure it does.
No, we don't.
Matt Cat. Alright, let's do this. That's the wrong thing. That's the right one. Hello, and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think you muted your mic, love?
Yep.
Okay. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Everything you're going to see is going to be live storytelling. And if you're under the age of 14, stop. What are you doing? Turn around. Go talk to your parents. Too young. Bye.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. We're playing D&D here. We're rolling here.
We're rolling here.
Fucking yeah.
Please
never ask me to do New York accent ever again.
This is
No one
Stars and
asked.
Coins. Saga 1, episode 15 of their campaign. I will be controlling Hope tonight. Otherwise, everyone else is here. Jumping into a recap of last session. I think we had a micro session last time. Alright, last session started on the 7th of Servant. The party had just gotten back into town. Oh, it started on the night of the 6th of Servant. The party had just gotten back into town. They laid their dead to rest, and then rested up at Raster Ortis's palace. And in the morning, they got their next job from Alarel. Alarel has asked the party to go to a city to the south named Southcrest. Currently, the High Judge is in the city, and Alarel wants to collect information on what he is doing, and potentially form a plan for the next stages of yours and her goal of chaos and liberation in Red Axe. You had an opportunity to chat with Dowie while you were down there. The prisoner that Alarel is keeping. Dowie is biding his time, knowing that if he steps out of the cell, he will probably be killed by several other unhappy parties to his actions. Dowie did tell you all that his bird that has been stalking around the mansion is a boat that is true polymorph, and it can change its form at will. He has left it in your care, I believe.
We have Boatburb?
Yeah, and its name is Kaya. It likes poems and fish. From there, the party left Farport and is on their way towards Southcrest, taking a ride with the Shiverspine Pirates. Our current ongoing quests: get to Southcrest, investigate the High Judge, investigate the Kelkin, get the slave collars off the prisoners, find the missing goblins, learn how to turn Kaya into a boat. And I'll put those in your group chat just to This is the most open quest of any group I have right now.
And I would like to stay active.
All right.
I should get a raise.
You're one to ask.
What do you mean?
It's like we all need raises.
Hopefully you can pay back your debt faster. Still 100.
Yeah, I gave you a loot point too, so
Yeah, that's why you're still one loot point down.
yeah. Can we get more loot points?
Actually, give me a second. I'm not going to just drop loot points on you, but I do need to check the weather for today. And you are hanging out with privateers in quotation marks. Okay. Normal weather, light wind, and no rainfall. That is some good... Those are some great sailing conditions. I'm going to adjust your travel time just a little bit. Alright, and that will land you... if everything goes well, it is going to be a little over 8 hours to get to South Crest, which is better than 12. Does anybody want to do anything on the ship or explore or talk to any of the privateers? Otherwise, it seems that most of this journey is all in your favor.
I'm all good.
Yeah.
All right. It is a pretty smooth experience riding or sailing with the Shiverspine privateers. I will say all of the food and the rations on board, it is hard to find something that isn't either intoxicating or uplifting in terms of what it does to your mind. If everybody is careful and you watch what you eat and you watch who you hang out with, for the most part, you get to the port of South Crest pretty much in one piece. Oh, I do not like New Roll20's little thing. Let me drag, please.
I'm telling you, just look.
I know. I have a sunken cost fallacy.
It's so good, I promise.
All right. As your ship crests around the southern horn of Cedal, this is where a lot of the magma trenching happens in this small segment of unoccupied land. And you can see these obsidian struts shooting out from the land and into the water, where they are heated and cooled in all different sizes and fashions. The sailing becomes a little perilous from here, but the Shiverspine pirates are adept at navigating these straits as they weave through these obsidian struts, and they get to they lead you into port. South Crest as a port is built on several of these much larger and older struts that each one looks large enough to hold a small village on it. Some of them flow from the cliffside down into the water and shoot back up and stretch out over the land. The Shiver Spine Pirates will let you all know that these are called the Grass. And there are different sections of town built on each of these. Looking up as these grass roll over each other and bend and curl and reach the highest one that you can see, there is a airship docked at the top of it. There are different lanterns and lights lit around it, almost as a lighthouse. The rest of the city is still moving by nightfall when you get here. However, not like super populated as much as it would be during the day. And I like this music, so we are gonna keep that. Let's see. All right. Captain Seema is passed out in the lookouts tower by the time you all get into port. But his first mate is in charge of keeping things together. And I'm going to pull her up. Myra will pull you into the port grasp. It is, or she'll directly ship into the port grasp. It is one of the lowest struts of these obsidian. I'm getting a little feedback from someone. Adjust my mic for a second. It is one of the lowest struts of these obsidian roots, I guess. That'd be a really proper term for them in terms of how they look. There are lifts and pulleys that go from the base of the strut and pulling people up to the gangplanks and walkways built along the topper part of it. Here at the base, there are about 6 different buildings around the dock. You can see just generally inns for sailors and other travelers coming in and out, not staying long. Myra will look at all of you on deck and say, you have business in the city this late, or are you sleeping in our quarters?
I don't have any business per se, but I'm sure we can find lodging.
Nothing that can't wait till the morning, at least.
Yeah.
All right. As you all say, you're going to be remaining on the ship. Myra is going to whistle and say, Willix, Jovis, with me. Come on. She'll step off onto the docks. Otherwise, if you all want to spend the night on the ship, you're welcome to. The Shiver Spine Privateers are a welcome face here. Presumably this is a safe location.
If I can, I would like to just try to talk to other people on the docks to hear about like any rumors or stuff going on in the city that people would be talking about.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to do anything? And then I'll take everybody's actions one by one.
I guess I do much the same, but I don't think I cramp Lia's style by like turning this into a buddy scenario unless Lia thinks that'll be helpful.
How about
Yeah, you can be my friend. That's okay.
How about you each roll checks that you feel are appropriate to like how your characters would go about this, like just schmoozing and
I would feel
talking.
I would feel like this is like a well structured like format that Lia has for like taking out information. So I'd probably just roll an investigation check.
Okay.
I feel like I would do much the same, mostly because look, it's all varying degrees of not great for Easy. Easy's not a schmoozer.
Do you want to just help me then, since you're working with me?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm with you, I'll help. Give you the help
Alright.
Feels.
Uncle Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, not 20.
Damn, we're such a good team.
24.
Oh, that is good. Yeah, so
I'm just a very likable little goblin lady.
talk of the town is the High Judge is in town. You're already aware of that. There is a slight red tint to the sky, and just kind of this ominous weight on everyone around you. People know the High Judge comes here and visits often, but it is never like a pleasant experience of like, oh hey, the king's here, or the prince is here, or whatever. It's always like fuck. So there's a lot of like
into this time.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension with that. Here, you also, I would say you also get rumors that the Kalkin are, just some people having suspicions that the Kalkin are making a play in the region.
Got it.
And I'm going to give you more information. I'm just thinking through everything that's going here, because this is a pretty freaking good roll.
Yeah.
I would say that other people would probably be thinking, or other people would be gossiping about Marissa, the leader of the port. That both Southcrest and Farport have kind of been unimportant claims to Red Axe's territory. And as such, both Raster and Amaris have always kind of been on the edge of the alliance. More so now than ever, she feels very secure in the alliance and has been making attempts to bolster it. A lot of talk going that she's been bribed.
Interesting. But like the strengthening of the alliance is very much a recent thing.
Yes. And
I'm guessing that like it feels like that security feels like it's like a suspicious amount of like moving of the needle. Is that?
Yeah. And there is one more thing. I didn't initially point it out because there was like so much going on. If you look at all of these graphs, you can see the 5 major ones that the city is built on. Going from people will name them as you're talking to them, pointing them out. The high grass, the fire grass, the port grass, the Allison grass, and the vapor grass. The the vapor grasp, the one furthest to the east, has fallen into the water. It looks like there are structures along the carved into the obsidian and like anchored into the obsidian that were there for some time, and that has recently fallen down, and all of those are like tilted downwards, and there's like scaffolding and buildings like being put up around the grass new shape.
So something's living and building there.
Yeah. People live all over these things. They're rebuilding on the ruins of that one. One neighborhood collapsed.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. Well, we're going to go meet this Amarissa person at some point, aren't we?
Yeah.
Easy. Because they're friends with the Shiver Spine, not pirates.
I think so.
Because they're the one. Because isn't Amarissa the one that gave them the pardon? Or am I misremembering that?
No, it's her.
Beautiful. We were going to go party with them. Alistar, that's right. Alistar is the title, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that could be a pretty funny point of... that's going to be an interesting point. If we can figure out why she's doing that, maybe we can destabilize that. That'll be interesting. Alright. Well, we have this. We know the Kelkin are trying to make a move here in the city.
Does that rumor specify anything about what that move even looks like, or is it just sort of like rumblings?
If you... I will give you more information on it.
Okay.
I would say, you can stop the Shattered who told you about it and ask them, and they will I'll roll them a information or a history check first, so I know how much they're working off of. And he's going to.
I believe you.
He's going to say, or she's going to say, Kelkin have hired my sister. They have a couple of the smiths in town working on weapons. Consummate might have violated the treaty. But it doesn't matter. The High Judge is here to protect us.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't move while he's here, right? That's suicide.
A generic patriotic statement about the judge's protection. Which I want to note that in character, please replace that with whatever the words would have been. I just don't know what, like, Heil Demon Lady sound is what you say in Red Axe.
A lot of it is just blood and crimson.
What is Wakanda forever in Red Axe is basically
blood and crimson.
Blood and crimson.
Well, I guess you have to get.
Forever.
Yeah. Why we have to get Judge on your side? I guess she'll do it.
I mean, that's real interesting. And what Smith does your sister work at?
She's going to say, her name is Litra. She works over in Firegrass.
Litra works over in Firegrass. All right, maybe I'll stop by sometime. I got a nice weapon, but my friends could use some better ones. I'll give her your name. Tell her that you pointed me out to her.
This lady's name is Fitra.
Fitra, got it.
Fitra and Litra, they're sisters.
Fitra.
sister to blacksmith. Ilderon. All right, that's very funny. My name is Laya, so it's a little
Are you with those other goblins in town?
Which ones?
Um, she's going to shrug and say, "Don't know. Saw some working over on vapor grass."
Well, I was looking, trying to connect with some family members, but I didn't know like where they're scattered out here. So that might be it. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you, though. Have they been like assholes? They been a problem?
What is her connection with goblins? Um, she's going to shake her head and say, I only ever been to one goblin village. I don't know how much different they were. I didn't talk to them much."
That's fair. I mean, the food's always good, but you know, the actual personalities tend to change. You know, some are as chaotic to blow up their ship that they're trying to pirate raid, and then some are just like really planned and organized. Yeah, you never really know what you're getting into when you get with goblins.
She's you know, how intelligent is this lady?
No.
I'm gonna go with very. I
She's-
mean, you know, the blacksmith one is obviously the brawny sister, and this is the brainy sister.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would say, I think they're underrated for their animal husbandry. I tried to buy one of their puppies and they wouldn't sell me one, but it was a smart little thing. Vicious, but smart.
Talking about the wargs?
Yeah, they're dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's a very nice breed. Little stinky, but you know, that's an animal. What can you expect?
Right though about the animal husbandry.
Uh,
It's what they do out in Barbador.
do they?
Anyways, she'll give you, like, I would say a court smile and walk by.
Bye. It was lovely meeting you and talking to you.
She holds up her hand.
Alright. Well, that's interesting news. You think this has anything to do with the schematics that we found?
No. Well, if it does, I feel like it's more the chance of like parallel concepts. You know, everybody's kind of trying to get to the same goal. You end up finding similar means.
Well,
I just don't think that the Ruby Alliance and the Kalkin are exchanging resources.
well, no, I wasn't talking about like that because, well, the Kelkin were looking into the Ruby Alliance, and the item was made to kill extremely powerful demons. The Kelkin are planning to make moves, and are hiring smiths to make weapons, and there's an extremely powerful demon in the charge that, well, it doesn't make sense to make a move against unless you have that.
No, I mean my point was mostly just that maybe it's just, you know, I guess my point is I don't have anything to confirm that for you, but they're magic cops apparently making a move against a magic entity by making weapons, so it might be worth a look-see, if only because maybe we can get some of the materials we need.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
this blacksmith person. They might be able to
I
get
mean-
us some of that weaponry.
One of the things that we can do pretty easily, if we're gonna be going from that angle, is just like check to see if she's been making any of these individual components, or has any of these individual components that we'd be interested in. And if they have a large amount of them coming in, or they're making a large amount of them, that kind of confirms it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if possible, we need those components. So the question is do we talk to the Calkin first, then the blacksmiths, or do we talk to the blacksmith so we have a little more info if we want to try and get the
I
Calkin
would
to be
like,
sort of like a mutual enemy, is a mutual, you know?
if you, I
what?
would prefer not to personally talk to the Kelkin. Uh,
I mean, I can
I
do that. I mean, I can do the talking.
okay, so long as somebody else is willing to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have like the best relationship with them.
Fair enough.
Alright. Alright. Well, that'd be interesting. I have no idea how to contact the Kelkin. Is that something you'd be able to do easy?
Is that something Easy can do? I know, like, Rob, as a player, knows they basically keep offices. Like, you just go to the police station, essentially. But I don't know if I know that's how they operate.
Go ahead and roll me a history check. For Easy, if he's ever had to contact or deal with them, and I'll put it at DC 9.
Well, it's
Alright.
15, so...
Yeah, I would say that you are. Well, even so, you were told there's a Calkin office here.
No, that's right, I was.
Well, Hope was. But yeah, you all were told there's a Calkin office here. The Calkin do operate with the grace of the consummate in this region. For the most part, they freely take jobs. There are some restrictions on some of the stuff they can do.
But basically,
Yeah, going to their office and asking them
They
if
have an
that is
office.
a viable
Like, it's not-
strategy.
it's not like I have to go to, like, the seediest end in the alleyway, knock 3 times, and give the code phrase so they'll open up the trap door or whatever. It's like, no, they have an office, there's a sign.
Alright. Well,
But anyway,
I'm-
so yeah, like, yeah, they just, like, keep an office. I mean, you know, probably wait till we get some sleep, but just walk in, say hi.
well, I definitely will not be walking in, but I
Fair.
believe in you. You have my full trust.
It's appreciated.
Yeah. I mean, you seem to be the most sane member that I've worked with in
Which
the past.
remind me
couple days.
not to bring Krishna with me when I go talk to the Kalkin.
They'll probably kick somebody in the balls. You
No,
have
that's
to,
fine.
like,
That's my fear.
yeah. You kind of just have to accept that's
Yeah.
like of their character.
Right, and it's fine. That's who she is. It's just one of those, like, I'm that journey will at least be partially to try and make friends, and you don't tend to make friends by punting their testicles.
You know, apparently they're very young and they're probably just like in their rebellious phase, so they'll probably grow out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it happens. You know, I too went through a rebellious phase. It cost me a pinky.
I mean, we're still kind of rebelling, so aren't you still in it?
Let's just say it's evolved.
Yeah. You know, it matured, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's not
has
a phase.
reasons. It has reasons behind it that aren't. I need to leave home and make money.
Yeah. It's not a phase. It's it's a well structured like political ideology and thought process, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright. Well, fun talk. Good luck.
As we go back to the boat.
Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. You're heading back to the Shiver Spine boat. I'm pretty sure things are just pretty chill here, for the evening. If the general consensus is just to rest for the night, you are welcome. Does anyone want to do anything through the night before I start moving through it?
No, I don't got any particularly crafty and fucked up plans.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
All right. Um. I'm just thinking for 1 minute. Um, Laya.
Mhm.
As you're able to rest on the ship. The Shiverspine vessel is a flotilla. It's like one traditional like two-mast ship with these different barges and smaller trade vessels and rowboats and longboats and all of these different things tied to it, making for this almost impressive moving small village. Um, is there like an area or like a type of ship you would most seek to rest in?
I would seek the one with the least amount of people because then at the very least it's not as insanely loud and joyous.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm an old lady. I like my quiet. Yeah.
Okay. As you are resting for the evening, give me one constitution. Uh, no, you know what? Give me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
That's good for Laya.
All right, there we go. 11.
That's not
Rolled a
great
5.
for Laya.
It's not.
Um, Laya, as you drift off into the night, uh, there is that heavy presence lingering and weighing down the city. Um, you can assume that that is the high judge that is around, just kind of making everyone feel on the edge of their seat. However, as you go about your dreams and you have your nice little goblin dreams, you get to stab some people, you get to hang out with your wife, you get to dance and read and just do all the nice little things that Laya gets to do. The people in your dream are conjurations of your own mind. There's nothing that like triggers that uncomfortableness in you of like when you're in a presence of another person and you're aware. However, about halfway through your dream, you do feel another presence in your dream with you amongst these figures and the things happening. You're just not alone for the night. I wouldn't say there's anything significant about this presence, but Laya is aware of it. It's a very uncomfortable sleep.
I have a couple of questions regarding this then.
Go for it.
Is at the acknowledgement of the presence, am I aware that I am in a dream?
Give me an intelligence check for lucid dreaming. We lucid dreaming around here?
Well, I mean, just there you go. Just 12.
I should have set a DC before I asked for that.
You want to make 12?
Say that again?
So do you want to make it 12?
Well, I'm going. Give me 1 second to think and be completely fair about it. I gotta think about how
Alright.
hard this is, what's happening, the spell effect level. Like,
Mhm.
what would a partial success look like? I'll go with the partial success. That's fine. Yeah, I would say that your dreams lose the ability to I would say your dreams lose the ability to help you parse through memories and trauma and things like dreams are supposed to do. Like, they help your mind just unpack.
So
Like,
I like.
it's a
I'm
very
a-
activated sleep, and your dreams
Mhm.
still happening around you, but there's no part of it that like you're phased by.
Got it. So like, in my mind, it's like, okay, you're aware that you're dreaming, but you're still incapable to change anything about it, and it's like slowly like becoming less.
Yeah, and I would say if Laya keeps focusing on this, you're probably gonna wake up soon.
Yeah, I think like just noticing the presence there, I would just try to call out to it. Be like, all right, who are you? What are you doing in here? Am I that interesting?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Sure. Eventually, I will roll well if I roll enough. There you go. 16. That's good.
That is enough. Laya, you as you are dreaming, you notice like the faces of each one of these figures. As you focus on the details of their face, it doesn't make sense, and they begin to blur and curl away, much like fog and mist. Eventually, all of them are going to swirl around you, falling apart into mist. And as it falls apart, watching you through this fog, you are going to see the lone siren. At which point you both are standing on a still plane of water.
Oh.
And I'll give you one last Arcana check if you want, but I like she's turning to dive and leave.
15?
Laya, you are aware this is some form of water rycrafting that you have been brought into. She was exploring your memories, and it's not dangerous. It is something that they do on the far other side of the world, so it's a very weird and surreal experience before she dives and leaves this mindscape.
Yeah, like as she's going, I'll just call out, like, wait, I needed to talk to you. I know, I really need to talk to you. Yeah, I try to call out to her.
Okay. Yeah, my heart too. No. I need to read one last thing. You are speaking Common, Laya?
Yeah, it's like the only thing I have that I think that they would be able to understand.
Okay. She is going to stop for a moment, and turn and say, "This tongue, I hate it." She will speak clearly in 2 languages, 2 different ones. Laya, what languages do you?
I know Goblin and Orcish.
You don't understand any of the words she is saying. It is much clearer than her common.
God, I know that I can't speak the language, but could I try to like identify what language it is?
Yeah, I'll make you roll for the second one. You can give me an intelligence check for the second one. The first one was Elvish.
Elvish, okay. Good old fashioned intelligence check. 6. I don't know the second one.
The third language she knows, who knows what that was. You recognize it's not Elvish, it's not Goblin, it's not Common, and it's not Orcish.
Let me check one thing. Because I can speak telepathically if she just really hates the sound of that. Oh! Yeah,
I would say, as you continue, to think and try and decipher, she's gonna say, "This tongue of yours is meant for air. It sounds dumb. I hate it."
Well, give me like a couple weeks and I'll learn a different language to talk to you next time, okay? I didn't know what languages you would speak. I'm sorry.
She is going to move her hand over the surface of the water. Rising from it, you can see a figure made of armor and a flowing cape, and it is all made of water. It is a large humanoid figure. You recognize the High Judge. She's going to say, "I speak the hunt."
Do you want to kill him?
I have killed him.
But he came back.
She's going to nod, and I don't think you're at all helpful for her, so she's again going to just turn and leave, the figure falling to water behind her.
I can help you with this. I'm not strong enough to fight myself, but I know a lot of people are coordinating to kill him at once.
No, I killed him. Me. My hunt.
Do you have the weapon that can
she
keep
will
him
use
dead?
a word that you don't understand. Say that again?
So, well, do you have a weapon that can keep him dead?
Kill him again.
Well,
she begins mumbling and.
Well, you have to keep doing that. And you'll have to keep doing it over and over and over again until eventually it will be no fun. Isn't that the case? Don't you want him gone for good, not just to kill him?
She almost sits to engage you in this conversation, and she's going to say, open her mouth to speak, and instead say, "Buy a book, learn speech better."
Will do.
And she is
Promise.
to,
just talk to me again
leave and dive into the water.
Got it. Gotta learn Elvish.
Laya, you can continue to rest, your mind racing through things. You are stuck in this mindscape for a little while until the spell fades, and eventually you are going to wake up on the 8th of Servant.
Nice. Yes, Myra, I see you. You're such a pretty girl. You don't need all this attention right now. I promise. Alright. I wake up. Go look for the rest of my party.
You'll be able to find them. Easy, Krishna, and I assume Hope, all finding places and vessels to sleep on the ship and places that they felt like most comfortable. I'm going to put you on the main dock of the Shiver Spine. What would you all like to do? Oh, it is daytime. It is worth pointing out. Looking up at the grasp, 3 of these grasp of these obsidian struts are people, almost like how they carve like people into the front of ships, like reaching towards the ocean. They are giant statues chiseled out of the obsidian on the ends of the grasp, reaching out towards the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Ring.
How did you all sleep?
Did I sleep? I'm here now, so it must have gone well.
All right. Well, I had an interest at that. Question: do any of you guys know a language that's mostly spoken underwater?
No, I don't speak
Nope.
primordial.
Primordial?
I'm pretty sure primordial would be one of them. I mean, like, one of the dialects.
I think one of the dialects does. I have to find a good bookstore then.
I don't speak
So what's our plan
fish
for
person.
today? Well, I think it might be good to learn.
Oh, Mirai. I couldn't think of the word.
Mirai?
I have that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of like dare I Mirai?
I think that's the word for Tritons. I just know it wouldn't be Tritons. Like, they are mechanically Tritons for the most part, but...
That's okay.
I mean, my plan was to go talk to, what was it? I forget which one was it. Is Fitra the one we talked to on the dock, or is Fitra the blacksmith?
Litra is the blacksmith. Fitra you talked to on the dock.
So I intended to go talk to Litra before I went and talked to the Kalkin.
Okay. How are you doing, Krishna? What do you want to do?
On the Vapor Grass, I believe, are reported sightings of a bunch of goblins. The goblins that may or may not be the ones, that are friends with your dad.
Yeah, no. Might as well go check that out.
Do you want my backup for that?
I always use extra hand.
Alright.
Also, do you need the... You were talking about the languages. Did you want to borrow the helmet?
Well, it's not an issue of comprehending. I just need to be able to speak. I don't believe the helmet lets you speak.
It will help you understand it.
That's true. I don't know if that would work.
I'm sorry. Quick out of character
Oh.
moment. Are you're just asking about like speaking like what amounts to Ogwen, right? You haven't specified why.
Well, I haven't specified why, and it's like, is it Aquan? Is it Abyssal? I don't know what language I actually should be looking to learn. So I'm
For the
just
record,
gonna
Easy's
go
responses are all based on it being Ogwen.
Yeah, which is fair. I just asked underwater language.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Krishna's helmet, it's it's a matter of perspective, right? Like, Krishna's helmet doesn't really help
Was
if
speaking.
you need to talk underwater, because it doesn't really fix that issue. But if, like, the person you're trying to communicate with prefers to not, would prefer to speak that tongue, then, they don't have to, you don't have to come to each other's level.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know
I
what your
might
goal
take you up
is.
on that, but I'll check in with you on it later.
All right.
I mean, I feel like if we're going to, I've been investigating for a long time, and a lot of the things that we've been dealing with, the Lone Siren has played some part in it, and being completely unable to speak to such a creature seems like that would be disadvantageous.
No, that's understandable.
So
I've never had to
yeah,
talk to a water ghost, so it's never been a
yeah.
Issues.
particular need to
The
study.
hardest thing.
I mean, like talking to ghosts in general is difficult enough. And imagine water ghost. That's a whole different level.
Right, it's already weird enough that I can speak in sign language to dwarves.
Mhm. Oh, you know sign language.
Yeah, specifically for dwarves.
Did you have like a deaf dwarvish friend?
No, I have a bunch of oddly militant dwarven friends, and it is useful, I guess, if you have the disability, but it's primarily a means of communications for tactical purposes.
Well, signals.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty robust, but yeah, for the primary thing is that it's so you can, like, communicate without actually needing to speak.
I suppose that does in fact check out.
I guess the extra benefit too is since it's hand signals, nobody can read your lips.
Mm. I have different solutions for such problems.
That's fair enough.
But yeah,
These guys talked about partying with the Amarissa.
yes.
So, do you think maybe we could punt investigating the High Judge until sometime later today, presumably when we start boat Bacchanal 2, this time at the governor's mansion?
Well, I would recommend, you talking and trying to coordinate at the time where the party would be quote unquote popping, as you
That was
say.
that was part. Look, I don't talk that way. I'm an old man.
Look,
Good God. That's not
I
how
don't
old man
know.
acts.
I didn't want to interrupt you all role playing and dissecting things, but just because it's relevant, I am going to give you more information. As you are talking about the High Judge, the sky is still slightly darkened and tinted red. And looking like up for your path into the city kind of requires you to look over the bay a little bit. The High Judge is off in the distance. He is levitating in the sky. He is sitting cross-legged and just motionlessly staring down at the ocean. His cape is flapping behind him. He is a stark figure of red against the slightly tinted sky. So you all are aware of where he's at. And there's something else you said Oh, yeah. You're talking about the pirates on the ship. Everybody is presumably passed out. Myra is somewhere in town. There is one guard on this deck. He is, I would say he's fiddling with some type of weapon you can put together and take apart.
Like
I would say probably
pins in
like
high
a
school.
butterfly spear or butterfly knife, but almost like larger, and like a half pole arm type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could never do that. Lose the thumb.
Or pinky. Looks that
Right.
easy.
Eh.
I lost this to a sword
Yeah, but
that I
I don't know.
punched.
You might have to fight Myra, but I'm definitely good with heading off with Krishna here.
Yeah.
And if it's the vapor grass, maybe they have some like water people. I don't know. Seems like a weird assumption, but also it is vapor. That's just a type of water.
I mean, vapor is also technically a type of steam and/or air, so that might be air people.
Could
Or
be.
gas people.
Or I guess both. It could be a weird, hybrid community.
Could be. That'd
You
be
ain't one
nice.
to judge.
I'm not.
No, he
trying
does. Easy points up.
Yeah, that's his job.
Well, screw him.
You know, I'm not entirely sure he can't hear us from there.
You say that?
Yeah.
Laya, he entirely can hear you. You
Yeah,
are very aware of that. You feel his presence pushing against your mind, just very slightly.
Hey, look.
Do I also feel that, or is it just Laya?
Yeah.
No,
No,
everybody
look,
does.
Okay.
I feel that, and I'm just like, hey, I was just, telling my friend not to disrespect you,
No thoughts. Head empty. Only communism.
Me contemplating should I flip him off.
No, hey,
Right. No,
hey,
this guy sees.
hey.
No, I think the high judge gets
No.
it. Right. It's over there like, no, these are my thoughts, and he's over there like, our thoughts.
He gets it. But yeah, no.
Wait, High Judge is secretly a fan of communism?
I might derail the whole session with this, but I'm going to tell you all anyways. It was canonically decided that the High Judge and Landra are friends. The clothing lady who judged the shit out of Yeezy and everyone else. That every time they come, that the High Judge comes to Farport, they hang out on the docks and.
I feel like she immediately critiqued his fashion sense the second he walked in, and he was kind of like, "Damn,
Give
nobody
me
talks
a
to me like
cake.
that. I'll take two."
Yeah.
Like, you got Moxie. I like Moxie.
Well, I mean, like,
And then presumably
Launching-
vaporized an attendant for
Oh,
not having
yeah,
the
I
balls to
guess
tell
I
him the cape
should.
was shit.
I don't know
Laundry-
if I've ever shown the High Judge here. He is.
Oh.
that seems like a friendly guy.
I still flip him off.
It looks like a Power Ranger.
No,
villain.
please don't. Look, please don't.
You are going to flip him off?
Right, we don't have
Christian?
we don't have 5 teenagers with attitude. If you're gonna flip off the High Judge, can you
I'm
do
running.
it 30 feet away from us and 2 off the boat?
Yeah,
Matt, I need to
like-
know if you're joking or not.
I am joking. God, I ain't fucking with that.
No, you can't. You don't get that like luxury. All right, and to be like, gosh, why would you
Especially
even
on
think
the
that?
boat,
You don't get
for
that
Christ's
luxury.
sake.
You don't get that luxury. You've done
No!
crazier things.
Oh God, I'm sure of this campaign.
How dare
You are.
You're
All right. Well,
fine.
Okay. Well, if we are going to like party eventually, well, no, I have those clothes. That should be good. Okay. We all good heading off. I suppose. Is there like a place we should meet up? Are we meeting back up here? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, meeting back up here if we're gonna split up makes the most sense
Yeah.
because
It's a common point that we all know, and
it's a common point we
phenomenal.
all know, and we haven't actually determined if, if we're actually gonna go hang out with Marissa or whatever for a party with these pirates. So showing up at her doorstep feels a little presumptuous.
Yeah.
It feels a little presumptuous. Yes.
I mean,
Hi, stinky girl. Can you stop
If I,
harassing me?
you know, if I had confirmation on that, perhaps I'd suggest that as a common point. But you know,
Sorry, I was talking to my cat.
I was going to say the ship's cat.
Oh yeah, what? Hi, stinky girl. Stop harassing me to the ship's captain. No, I'm not that cute. Oh, fucking hell. No, okay. Well,
Captain Sema canonically has a cat now.
Ship cat, kill rats.
Yeah.
ship cat, kill rats. Got it. All right. I'm good to head out. Then I'll be just keeping an eye out for like any bookstores along the way to see if I can pick up some things for language.
Okay. Yeah, I would say in Portgrass you probably wouldn't find any. But I will let you know if you see anything that tickles your fancy. As you all make your way to the docks and around this base part of the town built at ocean level, as you get to the lift and waiting, there are about 5 other people who get on this lift with you. You are going to see Fitra is also on this lift. She's going to notice you all and look down. Otherwise, it's a bit of a awkward journey to the top. But rising up once you get to the walkways and bridges above, you can make your way to any of the other grass that you want. What were you thinking about? You got the high grasp. That is where Marissa and the airship are docked at. The fire grasp is where you've heard there's some rumblings about the Kalkin going on. You're in the port grass right now. I would say the Alison grasp has like more residential stuff from what you've been able to pick up, and less like commercial and artisan dealings. And then of course the vapor grasp is that big one to the east you can see that's being rebuilt.
Okay. And you said the Allison grasp has like a lot more like art or whatever stuff?
No, Allison grasp is residential.
Residential. Okay. So vapor grasp is where we heard about the goblins.
See.
All right. Well, is that where we want to head?
Are you telling me? Because that is fine with me.
Yeah. I was like mostly asking Krishna because you know this is Krishna's like thing that they care about.
Yeah, as I would say as you all are walking through the town, you do have to get back to the cliffside before you can go to any of these other grass reaching out from it. So you'd be walking in the same direction regardless. For the whole party, as you get closer, the Ruby Alliance's presence here is a little bit thicker than it is in Farport. But getting closer to Vapor Grasp and seeing some of the buildings that are still standing on the cliffside that aren't all the way on this broken strut, you'll see different sigils of the Ruby Alliance and tabards and things hanging from some of the windows and blowing in the breeze.
All right. Interesting. Okay. What was their name? Friendly enemies. Lady Chandra. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah. I think. I'm just going along into the area, looking for like any rumors or like talking to people and asking if they've seen goblins around.
Okay.
To try to like narrow down where we can find them.
Is there anything Easy or Krishna want to do to help?
So she's asking around for goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since we see that there's a strong presence of the Ruby Alliance, and the Ruby Alliance are the ones that enslaved probably the goblins that we're looking for, any help would probably be to like ask around about maybe who's manning the recovery effort.
Okay.
Okay, so Laya's asking about goblins and Easy's asking about who's in charge.
More or
Yeah,
less.
and where we can find possibly any sort of location on them.
Okay. So Krishna's helping Laya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Asking around for the goblins. A couple people are going to thin their expressions before you finally run into one person working, and they'll say, "Thank fuck they got those slaves to do the hard stuff. They're tied up underneath the strut."
All right. All right. Yeah,
and
thank you
he
for the
will
information.
inform you all that the goblins are being used to drill and dig holes for reinforcement beams in the bottom side of the obsidian, or in the bottom side of the grasp, the broken one.
Got it. Well, we found them. Mark that off the list.
Easy. You go asking about who is in charge. I'm not gonna make you roll much of anything for it. You can bother a few people here, and they will point down to the strut that is hanging out of the ocean. There are seagulls and all sorts of carrion birds over it. There are a lot of people and bodies and corpses still in the neighborhoods down there. And one person we'll let you know. Marissa sold this section of town to the Ruby Alliance. They're handling the cleanup and rebuilding of it.
I'm sorry. She stole this section of town?
The lady's going to say yes. She did. She didn't want to be bothered with it. She's not like the rest of her family.
Ma'am, I'm not mad at you. I feel like your tone is suggesting perhaps that my shock at that was reflected upon you. It's not.
She's gonna say, well, my clans, or my Yandars lived in vapor grass for the last 100 years. Terrible to see it go.
Oh, yes. Red Axe should belong to Red Axe citizens. It should be bought and sold by our presumptive leaders.
She's going to shake her head as she helps divide up the stack of wood she's working by, and she's gonna say, tides are changing around here. Hell, with by the bridge, with the way the consummate's going, maybe we'll find ourselves with the queen. And we'll be bowing like some damn little Nagians.
Well, pray that day never come, or if it does, I'm with the gatekeeper.
Somebody working in the same pile with her is going to shout out and say, "A little Nagians don't bow." Ah, hush.
They curtsy. Or Dorian's bow, but it's mostly a ceremonial thing so that you understand the ground you're about to be on after they do so. Anyways, thank you for the information. Do these people seem poor?
Yeah, I would say Vapor Grasp is the slums of the city.
I give her 2 gold.
Okay. For a worker, that's
a significant amount of change to just give a person. I'm aware.
She's going to say, young man, do you have a Mrs. or Mr. in your life? I have a good for nothing nephew or niece. Niece is nice.
I have a complicated relationship.
I
have a complicated relationship with a Rion elf. Other than that, I'm married to Red Axe as a concept. Remember, only together can we all rise up.
I think when you say I'm married to Red Axe as a concept, like, the sky turns red and there's just like this Red Axe flag flying behind Beauty forms from the clouds as she like looks up at you and says, "I'll just tell my Yandar you're gonna come over and they would love to meet you. I made something nice tonight."
He just gives a thumbs up as he walks away.
Just a hammer and sickle superimposed on the Red Axe flag.
Yeah.
The Russian anthem just starts playing out of nowhere diegetically.
See, this is why you know so much about Arcana, because there's one magic thing that happens in your life, and it's whenever you get too passionate that happens.
Yeah.
The magic's literally in my blood. Canonically, my powers come from overexposure to the volcano. So I was birthed
Beautiful.
by this land.
Nice. All right. Well, we know where they are. We know who's currently in charge of them. So this gets to the last aspect of all of this, I guess, which is how are we getting these things off?
We have to talk to the Calcan. That was partially what we had to. I mean, the whole thing about whatever they were doing with you know,
I'm gonna be.
Easy makes
I'm
Easy makes motions that indicate blacksmithy because he's no longer sure about the thought police hovering in the sky.
gonna-
And obviously nobody would actually understand it if there is a blacksmithing signal in mall speak. Um,
Mhm.
um,
Uh,
like besides that, like we had to talk to them anyway because that was like the shortcut because it would take too much effort.
all right. Well, why don't you do that, and I'll spend as hard of a time as I possibly can finding a good bookstore.
Okay.
All right.
I wouldn't say in Vaporgrass. This appears to,
No, I don't think that this is a good place for it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably High Grass would be the best place to find a bookstore.
All right. Yeah, that's
And
what I'll do.
Easy and Krishna, are you headed to the Calcan office?
No, I want to talk to Litra first. I don't want to go to the Calcan first. I want to talk to the blacksmith first, and then go to the Calcan.
Okay.
Grassroots.
Because I feel like the best move is to basically figure out. Like I feel like it could go either way, but my thought process is get a firm foundation possibly on what they're doing with blacksmiths before I start possibly arranging some kind of alliance.
Okay. You were told which section of town she works in. South Crest is a decently big place, but divided up into like these little grasp. They're like little villages of their own. That people kind of like know people a little bit more, so you can ask around and get pointed. You will notice walking through Firegrasp, it is a much nicer area than any of the other two grass that you were in. Some of the walkways here along the cliff sides, there are going to be those different caryatids and statues carved out of the obsidian in different poses, almost like a flip book of walking by and seeing them posed.
Neat.
And there was one more thing I needed to tell you over here, but my brain has forgotten. And if it ain't important, or if you can't remember, it ain't important. So that's that.
And that's why they call it taxes, folks.
Right. Anyways, you'll be able to eventually get pointed to where Litra is. Oh, I remember the other thing I was going to tell. The Fire Grasp is the closest to the currently working magma trenches. This area is expanding, and there are natural hot springs around and underneath here. The sound of hammers, smoke, steam, all fill this area. Anyways, you're able to find Litra. She is working in a shop that is half bricked, half carved into this wall, and a stone chimney coming out of the top of the strut for the furnace working in here. She's working with about a half dozen other people here. as you ask around outside the shop, someone will point in through one of the open windows, or I guess open shutters, and you can see her working away. Stepping inside of, I think one of the older smiths will say, sorry, we got a full order. If you need something urgently, I can get you a merchant over near the docks who might be able to get you what you need.
I mean, actually, to be quite honest, I'm here because I think I heard about this full order that you had, and I wanted to ask a few questions, mostly about supplies.
He's going to wipe he's going to wipe a handful of sweat off of his face and say, I don't have time to sit around and answer questions. He'll whistle the two nearest smiths to him looking up, and he'll nod to you. They'll the one who is holding the weapon being pounded and the other one with the hammer going to stop and come walk over to you. He takes their spot, doing the work of two people.
Man, what a champion.
Amongst the two that came, Litra is here. She'll clean off her hands, look you all over, and she's gonna say, what are you all looking for?
I mean, quite honestly, I was looking into some rare components. I heard I met. Are you Litra?
She's going to nod.
Pleasure to meet you. My name's Easy. I ran into your sister last night. Nice lady. Mentioned that you might be doing some work for the Kalkin, and I know what kind of things they get up to. And I need supplies of a sort of special ilk, so I was curious if you had or could point me into the way of sort of special regents, specifically cold iron.
She'll think on that for a second. And she is aware of it. She's gonna say, that's a devil metal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they really only have it in Ardor, but you never know, boats or things.
Pretty fucking hard to make on the side of a volcano.
Look, I didn't, it's one of those things where I realize it's a tall ask, but I thought I would ask. I do also need Ashvane or Okium.
Now those are easy. Red Axe specialty. But this cold metal, or cold iron, she's going to shake her head and say, we can fabricate it. It'll take a while. Unfortunately, fucking hate them, but buying from the Alliance might get it to you quicker.
I'd like to avoid that if I can. I prefer to keep my business homegrown, but you do make a point.
The hard thing about cold iron is you can't smelt it using heat.
Which isn't super useful for blacksmiths outside of a magma vein.
She's going to nod. She's going to say, Ashvane, though. Dip that in as many times as you want. Reshape it a couple dozen times. But I might know somebody who can shape cold iron.
Well, if you could point me in their direction, that'd be very helpful.
She's going to think for a second. Say, how do you like dealing with the 2nd Regiment?
Oh, the 2nd Regiment would be members of the. So that's this Rob question. That's like consummate people, right? Like
That's the
the exact,
consummate's
like the
worst
exact,
people.
like the exact brand of people I exploded in a near a fortress like 3 sessions ago.
Yeah, those would be. The 2nd Regiment would be like people running internment camps. The ones you exploded would be like the ones who are like, oh yeah, we don't associate with 2nd Regiment. They're just vile, yucky people.
Oh, so like the section 31 of fucking
Yeah.
the absolute garbage. But like the part that they're all complicit by virtue of association with the overall grouping, but the ones that even they have to kind of silo off for a little bit. As I stated before, I like to keep my business homegrown, and that is a vile cancer on the entirety of Red Axe. But again, sometimes we have to go against our principles to accomplish things in the long run.
She's going to shrug, say, cold iron's a devil metal. They made it for trapping and killing demons. Consummate doesn't like it. Judge doesn't like it. Desmar doesn't like it. 2nd Regiment probably has about a dozen smiths who can make it. Locked up, captured someplace.
Do you have a? Do you have like a contact I can reach out to?
I don't go thinking about crossing the consummate in the Crimson Crusade on a daily basis. If you come back tomorrow, I'll see if I can round up any info.
Well, then I'll come check in tomorrow. Would you prefer that I come here, or would you prefer I go someplace else?
She's going to shake her head and say, blessedly, Marissa hasn't let the Crusade set up any garrison inside town yet. Here's fine.
All right. I don't think Easy actually has any other questions. Krishna, anything you want? Doesn't sound like they can make you a weapon yet right now because they're busy.
Mm-hmm.
If I was understanding correctly, I thought some of your initial goal was to figure out what the Kalkin's up to and why they ordered these weapons.
Oh yeah,
that is a potential avenue that they might know.
You mind me asking what the bulk order's for?
She's going to say, Aladai over at the office ordered them. Said their whole vault got cleared out.
Am I to assume would I be able to assume the office would confirm my suspicions?
Yeah, probably.
Is there anything? Is it just sort of like I'm out of swords, I need swords kind of situation, or you all seem very talented? You know enough to answer my questions about the special metals, so.
When they set up that office, they gobbled up some of the best mercenaries and killers in town. At least the ones that weren't with the crusade. Somebody stole from them, and I don't think they're happy about it.
Well, that would be someplace to look. Their former employer.
Yeah, I mean, no. I guess if these weapons are for the Calcan, I could just pay them a visit and ask about it. I've already taken up enough of your time, ma'am.
She is going to nod and get back to work, but before she does, she's going to say, "Wait, stranger, you want to trade names or Yandars?"
My name's Easy.
She is going to nod and say, "Litra, any dealing you have is with me, not my family."
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this trade. What I think is becoming a trademark Easy thing, and I'm gonna give her 2 gold coins, like one for the info and one for your tune.
All right. She'll look down at those, thankful, shrug, and go back to helping her master. All right. Brain. Laya was.
Now we would be going to the Calcan, but
Okay.
it's Laya's turn.
Laya's looking around for a book. Yeah, for a
Yeah,
book
I'm just
shop
looking
at the
about
High
books
Grass.
for about aquatic languages and how to learn them. You don't have to like role play it out. It's fine.
Fine.
I'm good now. Yeah.
I'll give you. You can buy a book out of the player's handbook. For its base price. Or you know what? Actually, they'd be devalued here. So you can buy a book for 20 gold. High Grass will have. I'd say they have 2 nicer bookstores along the spire as you are working your way up. They would have books on primordial languages and elemental languages if you wanted to try your hand with that. If you wanted to just try with Elvish, you can also get that.
I would like 1 Elvish, 1 Aquan.
Okay. Go ahead and spend 40 gold.
All right. I got plenty of gold to burn. Fuck it.
And
we'll have more in the future.
Yeah, you would have essentially I would say probably a dictionary with like a very, very, very loose a very, very like loose way of like learning the speech and like sentence structure. They probably spent 5 or so chapters on that before they just dove into vocabulary.
All right. I would probably just spend most of my time reading them then.
Okay.
Just hanging out.
And the author of this is the most pretentious name you can possibly imagine. I kid. Okay.
Leopold Montague Esquire the 4th.
Yes. I'm not going to remember that.
All right.
Back to Easy and Laya. Headed into the Calcan office, their agents are always out and moving around.
That's Krishna.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had Laya's card on my desk with Easy's. Krishna. Their agents are always out and moving around, but the offices and the barracks always need to be staffed. There is an investigator here. He has short black hair. As you step in, I would say he's looking out the window towards the smoke rising from the rest of, or the steam rising from the rest of the fire grass. Stepping in, he just kind of murmurs to himself. I arrive, shadows trailing, silence. I hear fear follows close. Welcome.
Then Donnie Palia.
You study poetry?
I spent some time in a little guy.
Dreadful place, isn't it?
I don't recommend it.
Not nearly as dreadful as that poem.
Fuck you.
You know, this is why I didn't want to bring you.
Charisma.
I didn't want to bring you. That was a verbal kick to the man's balls.
It's worth saying when he says "fuck you." His
I thought that was you actually saying that to me.
No. He says that his mouth hisses open. He does have fangs. You are talking to a Terai.
Well, that doesn't also impress me. Ooh.
He's not trying to. And I think he'll say, I mean, this is a public office, but if you just came in here to heckle me, I think I'm within my right to run my sword through your necks.
For the record, I didn't come in to heckle. I don't mind your poetry. In fact, I asked because I was, intrigued by it. My friend, on the other hand, has no manners. Raised by wolves.
Well, kinda.
Impolite wolves.
Fair.
Like Northern Ardorian wolves versus Southern Ardorian wolves.
Yeah. Fair.
Though, nice fangs there. I didn't think that you'd be the kind of person hired by the Kalkin.
He's going to say, I'm but a blade, and this is a weighty bag of coins in my pocket every month.
I heard
care not
that
for the cause.
Oh, you gotta care about the cause.
You said you have to care about the cause?
You gotta care about the cause. Coins will run out far before passion does.
You know what? He'll shake his head and say, he'll shake his head and say, nah, it's not the coins either. For me, it's vengeance.
Against?
Easy, if you look in the window where he's been watching, you can see the High Judge floating out over the ocean.
Maybe we'll make the connection. Oh!
He's gonna say, fire, gods.
Oh, the
Gave you kisses. Sorry, well, I'm not gonna go feed you again. Sorry.
The whole damn thing.
I can respect that. Anyways, I heard blades actually were a thing that you guys were running low on.
He's gonna nod, and he'll say, two of our bests are out investigating some rumors out west when the office was weak. Some local thieves, I suppose, got into the vaults. I'm not always on desk duty here.
I didn't think you would be.
But he's going to shake his head. The quarters, does he know Miali's name? Does he know the big boss? He does know the big boss's name. He's going to say, the shielded they ensure that each one of their offices is stacked with enough enchanted weaponry to fell a small force of invading demons, angels, the bridge, whatever they find that needs killing. Whoever got what was in here, if they want to do something around South Crest, they're probably the best armed ones in the city right now. And we're
Feel like.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I feel like it seems odd that local thieves would be able to break into a cache of enchanted weapons. It doesn't feel like the kind of thing you keep behind a standard lock.
Just
Um,
easy access.
Easy. Give me an intelligence check, and I would say, I'll give you information at 8, but the DC is 14.
The straight intelligence roll?
History. I'll allow history.
Over.
8. Uh, you can't track exactly how your actions might have played into this, Easy, but you can have some type of like, ooh, wait, was this me? It wasn't you, but some of the things Alariel was doing in the region was intentionally trying to make a lot of people desperate. And this could easily be like Fallout.
Right,
From
the
some of
like,
the,
I don't feel like local thieves would just be able to break into your. Oh, that's right. I work for a magic terrorist. So, actually, you know, buddy, I didn't get your name. Gonna get your name. I'm easy.
He's gonna say Aladai.
Pleasure to meet you. So I'm gonna level with you, mostly because I saw how you're looking wistfully out the window. You guys have a big order of swords in. You're looking at a particular entity. I think we have a mutual, sort of a mutual thing we'd like to solve.
He's gonna nod, and turn back, still watching it, and he's going to say, "Fit. It's telepathic like all other devils. Why is it working with demons? Why is it not killing everyone here? It's a strange creature."
I don't pretend to understand how fiends operate. They are literally inhuman. How am I supposed to, judge the actions and thoughts of a being literally not of our world?
He's gonna shrug and say, "Well, if we don't understand it, I think we're destined to be controlled by it forever."
Or kill it.
He'll shake his head and say, "I've seen the lone siren put that beast down once. It was a majestic thing to witness, but the only way it's staying dead is if somebody climbs into the jaws of Jahara Utha itself and kills it in the undervents."
I might have a means to make that a tad more permanent. I just need resources. resources a somewhat disconnected but still overall conjoined organization that I imagine would have similar goals might be able to provide.
How much can he say? He's going to raise his hands and say, I technically signed a contract. I don't too much care for it, but all these other foreign foots, they're under a treaty and how they have to behave here. You probably won't find too much aid trying to raise sword against the consummate. At least not by them.
It is frustrating how much work you have to put in to get people to be convinced that together we're much stronger. Well, for how long?
You know, I've been working on another one. It's not quite there yet. I whisper doom, dark clouds. I gather, and hope trembles. He'll shake his head, finally turning away from the window, and say, there's a good bit like you and me left in these ports in this peninsula, but they're dying quicker than we can get anything accomplished. The smart ones are learning just to shut up, let the waves wash as they will. I've never been quite too good at shutting up.
I think is why I've got this harebrained scheme in my mind to do something about it. Sometimes you gotta give people something to listen to if you want them to follow along. Anyways, I'm gonna give you a gesture of goodwill. And Easy is gonna take amounts to a risk and essentially scribble the Cliff Notes version of the schematics
Okay.
and give it to him.
He is going to look down at it, read it, think about it for a minute, and hold on. It's on here.
They go with the ingredients.
Yeah. He's going to look at this, think about it, and say, "Oh, an arcane justicar with this could drive one or two of those demons back for good." You've got one
Exactly.
of these?
I'm trying to make one. You know where I can get any of that stuff? I mean, the Ash Vein I can probably just buy in town. Probably the Okium too, but... Well, and I know a cleric, but...
He's going
I mean,
to...
Easy kind of like gestures. Cold Iron Shaving. That's the big one.
He's going to shake his head and say, "Shit,
You
we
done?
had some in the vault."
Which one?
I-
All of it? Any of it?
No, the cold iron shavings.
You had some of it in the vault?
He's gonna nod and say, when Kenora gets back, I can see if she'll let me take on. I'm tracking down these thieves through the city. They've always sought peace here with the locals, trying not to aggress more than they should. Fires hurt me. Fire should hurt other people too.
Mm.
I don't care as much.
It's always best to be a little judicious with your use of fire. You have to remember that a bulk of these people are citizens just like the rest of us. Living is challenge enough without being judged from above.
So, you're really gonna do it? You're gonna raise arm against the consummate?
I want to see a red axe where I can safely say that death isn't more free.
He's gonna smile at that and say, "Well, you have my fist, my spear, my sword for that."
But I'll entrust you with that. There's no reason why, if we can manage it, we only need one. The more the merrier. I did have some other business, though, after getting you all roused up with that. I recently came into possession of about what, 19 or 13 was the number?
13, but 4 died, so 9.
Oh, okay. I recently came into possession of 9 slaves, which I realize how that sounds without context. But I was told that the Kalkin can handle getting their collars off.
He's going to nod and say, we've got one arcane sentinel here. When she gets back in, she's out on the city. I can set her to making something to help you out.
It'd be much appreciated.
Be a handful of runestones that will break the curse. But he'll shake his head and say, if you bring them here, we can do it quicker.
I imagine we didn't bring them with us. We bring them with us.
I think
That's me, Rob, asking Emmy.
I don't know. I'll let you all make that decision. I know you didn't bring them here.
No, yeah. But, I mean, are they on the boat?
I thought they were sent with us because
I would have probably brought them because that feels like the whole point, right? Like, I didn't seem to like go to the office and like mail a Kalkin member to Farport.
Well, yeah.
That'd be impressive, though.
I'll say yes. They're all passed out on the boat. I did roll a D4 at the start of the session for when everyone on the boat was going to wake up, and it was 3 hours. So
I mean, I got them.
Getting up.
I got them all on the boat that I came into town on. So if when this sentinel will be in, I can bring him up. And depending on how long I have to wait and how good I'm feeling, I might have more than 9. I don't know how much I'm gonna burn vapor grass to the ground yet.
um, give me a perception check from Krishna and Easy.
I'm too juiced on the communist juice.
I'm so glad I'm not there.
Krishna,
Yeah,
you're welcome to roll it if you want. Krishna, as you all are talking here, the High Judge's dot in the distance, in the window, is growing. He is moving, or it is moving towards you all.
Oh no, I've talked too much about illegal crimes.
Mm-hmm. I'm like kind of put a little like do a slash across the throat with my hand, just saying cut. Like you might want to cut it.
I'm gonna look at my new friend here, and I'm gonna be like, "You're gonna need to physically remove us from this place."
He's going to look at it approaching, and he's going to say, "Get to the vault. It's warded."
You say so.
All right.
Oh no.
All right.
This is going great.
It is. Let's go with some good combat music. There we go. I like this. He is going to run you deeper into this building built into the Ascidian strut. The High Judge continues to float slowly towards you all. He moves you down a set of stairs and into a large silver vault with different gemstones and runes along the edge. He's going to, unfortunately, as you all are watching him, he's going to say, "The other sentinels will be back here later. They can open the vault. I'm gonna close it for now, okay? Just trust me." He pulls it close inside, and he's going to begin spinning it and sealing. The runes on the inside are going to glow, providing a dim light within here. Each of them lights up a little bit more, sealing the vault close. There is a moment of... There's a long couple moments of fear, of waiting, of heat building, and footsteps in the hallway. Underneath the vault door, you can see the floor is turning molten as the heat in this room becomes almost unbearable. The judge pulls it open, it sinking into the magma off of its hinges and the rest of the frame around it.
Upon seeing this, Krishna is going to go, "I'm so glad I didn't flip him off."
Right.
Before you is an infernal being of order, and simply standing in its presence, you cannot help but feel your mind start racing through each event of your life. The High Judge watches all of you as you look back. The creature searches each memory with you. It is a being of pure judgment in its most distilled form. It doesn't care if your actions are good or bad. You feel the weight of each one of these events measured against one another, and your life is weighed in what you have given and what you have taken. And for each of you, none of those things balance out. And there's a moment of dread as you and the High Judge and each other person in this vault comes to that realization. With that, your mind is still scrambling, and your judgment is passed. Perhaps there is still time to balance those actions against each other.
I resent the implication that my deeds don't balance out.
I think that's a good that's a good point to end on.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Why? We knew not to talk shit.
We'll
It
pick
wasn't
up
me
there.
this time.
In
It
fairness,
wasn't you
what
this time.
seemed to break the straw was the implication I was gonna commit terrorist acts, which is mostly because this guy doesn't know how to take a joke. I mean, I wasn't unserious, but I wasn't super serious.
Yeah, I'm just out here. I'm in a little tea shop. I'm sipping. I'm eating some like little tea sandwiches.
Right, and Christian
I'm
and
just
I
reading a
Christian and I are in a
book.
magic box experiencing existential crisis
Yeah.
I'm just out here.
about the weight of our actions.
You just saw your life flash before your eyes a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd live it again,
That involves me killing
especially
this.
after the part when I kill him.
Please let the finishing move be a god.
I'm just what the fuck? You're not that guy, pal.
No.
Not yet, but eventually.
Not yet.
Give us time.
That said, good session. Welcome to South Crest. I wanted to do a little bit more explosive stuff with Marissa, but I feel like we need hope for that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm gonna milestone. We're in South Crest, and I'm also going to milestone for you have had your face-to-face with your I would say definitely villain and foil. I don't know what the lone siren is to you all.
Never met her.
Lone siren, lady that can maybe help me with my wife, and I just need them to like me in order to help me with my wife.
I could get
Or
behind that.
could become your wife.
That Laia, I don't believe is polyamorous.
Yeah, mostly it's elves in Ilderon that are. Most other races are monogamous. That said, though, also, I think across the board, I'm gonna do 20 fortune.
All right.
For everybody.
I feel like I don't feel like I deserve fortune
No, there was.
I am absolutely taking it.
for angering a dark god because I can't keep my mouth shut.
There was something. Oh no! On the poetry discussion, Rob, I was like, "God damn, Rob picking up on Nolly Belias, all right."
You're right. I'm just
that
telling
was
him to.
that was the moment where I was like, "Oh, I need to make sure I give fortune for that later."
Yeah.
I didn't remember what it was. That's why I just said across the board. But that was the moment when you.
So how the hell did I get fortune?
Thank Rob. It was supposed to go to Rob. I forgot. I misspoke, but that's
Hurt
fine.
anyone for no reason.
Yeah.
Right, you insulted that man's poetry, and since art's subjective, it's probably the first time you've ever been aggressive in a correct context.
So passive aggressive for no reason, and I love that.
Anybody watching, you're welcome to hang out with us. I'm
Oh,
gonna end the
man.
stream in a second. Our next session is on the 2nd of August. And
That is not
That's-
true.
wait,
Eh.
2nd of September.
There you go.
Do you remember the
No.
second night of Okay, I'm leaving
Wake
before we
me
get
up in
DMCA.